Have you ever wondered what it would be like to grow up without knowing where you came from? To rise to one of the highest political offices in a foreign country while never knowing your true origins? This is the story of Philip Rösler, an abandoned Vietnamese orphan who became Germany's youngest deputy prime minister. His journey from an unknown baby in Vietnam to one of Europe's most influential leaders is nothing short of extraordinary. And now, after 50 years, he is on a mission to find his birth mother. Stay with us to the end as we dive deep into his incredible story and the latest search for the woman who gave him life. Philip Rösler was born in 1973 in Con Hung, Suc Trang, Vietnam. But his beginning was far from ordinary. Shortly after birth, he was abandoned on the streets and taken to a Catholic orphanage. During the Vietnam War, countless children were left without parents, either due to poverty or the conflict. Sister Anna Lucia Ree, who cared for many orphans, later recalled, "Some parents brought their babies directly to us, while others left them on doorsteps or even in garbage bins. But we took them all in, because they were human, and they deserved love." Among these children was a little baby boy who had no name, no birth certificate, and no known family. The orphanage named him John Juk Bach, but his life was about to take a dramatic turn. At 9 months old, a German couple came searching for a child to adopt. His new parents, a German military doctor and his wife, renamed him Philip Rösler. They took him to Germany, where he would grow up in a completely different world. Philip's adoptive father, a military veteran, had seen the horrors of war. He wanted to help in the most meaningful way possible, by giving a child a home. Despite growing up in a loving family, Philip's childhood wasn't without hardship. When he was 4 years old, his adoptive parents divorced. His two adopted sisters stayed with their mother, while Philip moved with his father to Buscherheide, Germany. Raised in a strict but supportive environment, he excelled academically. He was intelligent, ambitious, and driven. His father instilled in him the values of discipline, freedom, and tolerance, principles that would shape his future. Philip had to work twice as hard to prove himself. In a predominantly white society, being an Asian German was rare. He often stood out, but instead of feeling isolated, he turned it into his strength. After graduating high school, Philip decided to follow in his father's footsteps and join the German military. However, his path took an unexpected turn. Instead of a long military career, he pursued medicine. By 2002, at just 29 years old, Philip had earned his medical degree from Hanover Medical School, specializing in cardiothoracic surgery. But something was pulling him in another direction. He wanted to make a bigger impact. Even before finishing medical school, Philip had already set his sights on politics. At just 19 years old, he joined the Free Democratic Party, FDP. His charisma, intelligence, and leadership skills quickly propelled him forward. By 2009, he became Germany's Minister of Health, the youngest person to ever hold the position. Just 2 years later, in 2011, he made history again as Germany's youngest deputy prime minister and Minister of Economy and Technology. Many speculated that he could one day become Germany's first Asian chancellor. But in 2013, he shocked the political world by stepping away from politics, stating that he did not want to become a person changed by power. Despite his incredible success, one question had always haunted him. Who were his birth parents? In 2008, when Philip was preparing to become a father himself, something changed. He realized that if he wanted to tell his children about their heritage, he first needed to understand his own. At 33 years old, he returned to Vietnam for the first time, searching for any trace of his past. But Vietnam had changed. The place where he was born, Con Hung, no longer appeared on modern maps. Then, in a remarkable twist of fate, while visiting the Independence Palace in Saigon, he stumbled upon an old map with the name Con Hung. This discovery led him to reconnect with the Catholic orphanage that had once cared for him. Meeting the nuns who had fed, bathed, and protected him as a baby, he was overcome with emotion. They took care of me without knowing who I would become. Their love was pure. It was the love of a mother for her child. Now at 50 years old, Philip Rösler is on a new mission, to find his birth mother. Through recent research, he discovered her name, Giang Thi Jep. Decades ago, she was last known to live at 40 Nguyen Hue, District 1, Saigon, but no one knows where she is today. Upon hearing of Philip's search, a Vietnamese business group decided to help. They offered a reward of 1 billion Vietnamese dong, about 40,000 US dollars, to anyone who could provide information leading to his mother. The only condition, a DNA match between Jep and Philip Rösler. Their hope is not just to reunite a mother and son, but to honor the man who has done so much for Vietnam. Since reconnecting with his roots, Philip has dedicated himself to giving back to Vietnam. At his 50th birthday celebration, attended by political leaders and business elites, he raised funds for Vietnamese orphanages, ensuring that abandoned children today have better opportunities. He has also worked with charities to provide scholarships, healthcare, and mentorship for young Vietnamese entrepreneurs. I was given a chance to change my life. Now I want to give that same chance to others. His story is a testament to resilience, fate, and the power of opportunity. But one chapter remains unwritten. Will Philip Rösler finally find his birth mother? What do you think about Philip Rösler's incredible journey? Do you believe he will find his mother? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more inspiring biographies and historical insights.